Primetime.
Primetime, that's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
I'm not running over the Barnett Tower and heaving myself off.
And Leon Searcy.
Now, you come across that middle, you better have some meat on your bone.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
How you like me now? It's always a good setup to begin our show because the difference between Duval, January 22nd, 2026 versus January 22nd, 2025. Oh, yeah, that is appropriate. How do you like me now? You've got guys that are up for Coach of the Year. You got guys that are up for MVP awards. You got all kinds of stuff cooking right here in the River City compared to a year ago. And it was during our show that it comes down the pike. Go ahead and give me a that just happened, if you don't mind, JJ, because
that just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
This is how it happened a year ago. Trent Baalke has been fired as the general manager of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shad Khan made the decision this day a full year ago. And we're going to relive, recount, and kind of take it from a bunch of different angles. But safe to say, fellas, this is worth it a Thursday with a little Modelo Yellow, is it not? That is worth celebrating when you think about a 4-13 team. They fired their head coach. They kept their GM. Shad Khan had that presser that Mike DiRocco and Jaguars Today were talking about earlier, that it was strange to say the least. And Baalke was coming back. And then we got a clip from Tony Baselli, now the VP of Operations, when he was on with the Drill as a regular guest, just kind of sizing up the fact that the coach was fired, the GM was staying. This was before Liam Cohen had pulled his name out of consideration, which led Shad to make the ultimate
Well, you remember what
decision.
I said with that when it happened, right?
Yeah.
We had to thank Liam Cohen before, because I said that billionaires don't like to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Liam Cohen didn't have any other interviews but Jacksonville. Yeah. And he went and he pulled his name from the hat. And I said, that's got to be a little embarrassing. Yeah. We're the only takers. Yeah. And he chose to pull from it and go back to Tampa Bay. We got to thank Liam Cohen for that.
Yeah, exactly. Put him in the pride already, right?
Put his name in the pride.
So we got stuff to look back on when you think about it. And it's funny because I'm looking back. Tony was named VP February 3rd. So it was another good couple of weeks afterwards. At least that's the way when I'm just trying to go back and look at the timeline of when things went down. And so it is interesting the way things unfolded. He was named Executive Vice President of Football Operations of the Jaguars in early Feb. And so since then, you've seen a head coach get fired early January, a GM get fired, let go. Then ultimately the decision is made to go and lure Liam Cohen from Tampa. Remember, they did not want him to leave. And do you remember there was almost an MIA report that was filed, right, at that time, because Liam hadn't talked to the Buccaneers. You remember that?
He had avoided them.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to give him an extension.
He kind of went into the darkness.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So anyway, crazy stuff when you think about it. And when you size it up, you can draw a comparison with what the Indiana Hoosiers, as the losingest football program in the history of the sport, had done in 2 years' time under Curt Cignetti. Obviously, they have hardware. They have a national championship. But you could argue,
important.
Yeah, the transformation. You see what I'm saying?
It's kind of important.
Yeah, it is real important. It is the.
But if you're
Indiana didn't get bounced in the first round.
Right, if you're comparing them to Indiana last year, which
exactly.
did get bounced in the first round.
Yeah, that was where I was going to draw the comparison.
Then I think you could. You could easily say, okay, yes, you can make those comparisons. I will say this though: the difference between Indiana and the Jags is the roster was here for this group, this coaching staff. The roster wasn't there for Curt Cignetti. He had to completely rebuild that thing.
I think one of the things that I've been steadfast on as far as coaching matters and making the point of look at the people who are still here. Now, they added pieces, but you still had the same running back, the same quarterback, the same tackles until you replaced the tackle in Walker Little. you did have Cole Van Lannon. He was on this roster, but you had the same tackles. You basically had – they changed 2/5 of the line. They got a brand new center and they got a brand new right guard. But at the same time, you had BTJ, ETN, Trevor Lawrence, first-round picks, second-rounder in Brenton Strange. A lot of guys that were here. Then you look, and this is the other point, the defensive line basically was the same. It went unchanged. Eric Armstead moved from outside back to inside. You had Devon, you had Trayvon, you had Josh Hines-Allen. You still had Devin, you still had Foye. Now, they made impactful acquisitions when they went and got Jordan Lewis and Eric Murray. Those two cats mattered, and then obviously drafted Travis Hunter. But there were a lot of pieces that were already here.
Yeah, but you got to remember also that from that 4-13 team going into this past year, they had cut 25 players from that roster.
Yeah,
so
the back half, the bottom.
The back half or whatever, because they were trying to build depth. They were trying to build depth through free agency, through
Remember,
the draft.
He said raise the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, as much as we can say about mass majority of the guys who were here, there was a mass majority of the guys that had to go as well.
Yeah.
Especially the guys who had covered the backside of the stock.
I don't disagree with that, but the significant majority of that roster that won those games were guys that were already here.
Yeah, better coach. Coaching matters.
Coach better, no doubt. I don't disagree with that. All I'm saying
and you know what else I believe? Culture matters, and that's where you come in, Leon.
I don't think there's any of that either.
Just that. What is it? What would they always call this? Just the alignment inside the building.
Yeah,
everyone kind of
everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, everybody was bought in. Yeah, that's how you build culture. Winning. Listen, let's be frank. Winning builds culture. All right. The bottom line is winning. You're not going to have any kind of culture if you're losing. If you're winning and you're expected to win, and there's accountability to win week after week after week, that builds culture.
But like, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is how does it start? How does it happen? Obviously, when they started winning, everyone said, "Okay, I'm paying more attention in meetings," like you've always talked about. But how did that original alignment? Because Jimmy Gladstone, first-time GM, Liam Cohen, first-time head coach, Tony Baselli, first-time VP, and all of a sudden they got aligned and everybody got going in the right direction.
Well, I think for me as a player, it's believability. When I remember coming in here, I remember Tom Coughlin's first team meeting, and I bought in because he was frank. You know, he didn't waffle. He told us we're going to work hard. We're going to be tough. We're going to be physical. He told us all the things. We're going to practice hard. All the things that he said in that team meeting, he was accountable for it. Yeah. And ultimately, when we started winning, we bought into it and eventually, did what we did.
Yeah, and that really is, honestly, like you said, the at the root of it is winning.
But here's the thing. Before, when we were losing, we were like, the hell with TC. We work hard and we're losing. This ain't working. We rebelled. I'm not gonna lie. We rebelled the first half of the season because all of this teetering, all this pounding and going out, it wasn't working. We were losing close games, but we couldn't finish. But then eventually, I'm just gonna tell you, when we started winning, we bought in. Yeah. Midway through the season.
And Club Nate helped mightily.
Club Nate helped tremendously.
All right. So where were you a year ago when this went down? Let us know, 641-1010. You can hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. JJ, we did, in fact, play this song a year ago on the show as it was unfolding.
As mayor of the Munskern City, in the county of the land.
Because that's what it felt like. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
I will say this, Trent Baalke's sitting there in his chair, his couch, wherever. I don't even think he still lives in Ponte Vedra, or you think he's out?
I don't. He was a GK man. I know that.
Okay.
I don't think he still does.
All right. So wherever he is, he's probably sitting back thinking, my quarterback's one of the 5 finalists for MVP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's thinking that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
like that was a hard task.
Yeah, exactly. Next question, Trayvon Walker, because you got right back to that number 1 overall pick. Of course, he
got hurt a lot this year.
That wasn't even
back-to-back 10-sack seasons.
Yeah, that wasn't Trent's fault that Shad fell in love with Herb, because Herb was one of the reasons why they were back picking number 1 overall. That's for sure. But real quick, as we set everything up. Bush Drive Rich, we need the Leon Corona call to celebrate the head coach and the quarterback. So if you don't mind, Big Sirs. Actually, I think we have it. It lives in posterity right here on the show. That is just beautiful.
I live with that problem.
Yeah, I love it.
That literally just sounds like a blown tire.
It does. It's going down fast. It's losing air fast, that's for sure. All right, we got plenty to get into today. There's really, while this team is
that's why I don't do those things, sir. See, that's why.
While this team is enjoying its successes, there's stuff that is just tearing apart. The Buffalo Bills, Baker v. Kevin Stefanski is going to set up beautifully in the NFC South. So we'll get into a handful of things in the National Football League, and then definitely still some stuff left over from the national championship with the Indiana Hoosiers hoisting the trophy in college football.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
You demanded more of us. You demanded perfection. But we have won every single game we have played till now. So this team is perfect. We stepped out on that field that way tonight. That's how we want to leave it.
1010XL.
Finding the right plumber to reline your cast iron pipes doesn't have to be a stressful experience. When you hire Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, you can rest assured you're getting the best in the industry. At Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, we're so confident in our work that we encourage you to get multiple estimates. Look at each company's reviews and check the scope of their pipelining work to make sure it's what you're expecting. But at the end of the day, make the superior choice. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Request a free estimate at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman, and your lemon pepper guy. Then screams gay ding like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop's special deal. Order a 50-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX10 and get $10 off. That's right, carry on the delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX10 for $10 off any 50-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by May 14th.
If you miss an interview, it'll be waiting for you on demand.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Search where you find podcasts.
And at 1010XL.com.
Trained by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Give a unique gift this Valentine's Day to that special person in your life with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jax Beach.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and this month I want to talk to you about welcoming the winds of change in your life. But so often, when we see the winds of change coming our way, our immediate response is to fight it. Friends, when you see things in your life changing, when the winds of change are coming your way, don't fight it, but embrace it. Recognize that God is stirring you up so that you too can soar like an eagle.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJax.com. That's COYLE Jax.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It may be winter in Northeast Florida, but it's one of the most important times to protect your lawn. Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. Their winterizer strengthens roots and improves cold tolerance. Pre-emergent treatments stop spring weeds before they ever start. What that means is you set the stage for a thicker, greener lawn when spring arrives. Call today to schedule your winter lawn treatment with Julington Creek Pest Control. Our family serving yours since 1984.
Hey, this is Tom McManus. If you get injured out there, there's only one number to call. 3-pound law, that's all. Slip and fall, car wreck, wrongful death. It doesn't matter. Morgan & Morgan handles it all. They're the largest in the country. 100 offices, over 1,000 attorneys. $20 billion recovered for 500,000 clients. That's the kind of team I want. If you get hurt from someone else's wrongdoing, check out Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
A balky first-round selection finally gets his due. Devin Lloyd, as a result of T.J. Watt still nursing an injury, Devin Lloyd has been named to the Pro Bowl roster, replacing Steelers linebacker T.J. Watt. So you're talking about a guy that finally is getting a little bit of his due, 27 years of age, and he was at the top of some stats in terms of takeaways on this franchise, 5 interceptions, 6 total takeaways, and that is tied for, let's see here, second and third most in the National Football League. But congratulations, Devin Lloyd.
Yeah, round of applause, JJ.
Yeah, he had him a killer year.
Yeah, you did.
And he was a guy that was second guessed. I was among the people second guessing him quite a bit because we would argue tooth and nail about whether or not to just let him rush the quarterback or a linebacker is supposed to be able to cover, and he did prove this year that he can cover because he picked off 5 footballs, including the biggest of which took the Kansas City Chiefs down on a Monday night with the 99-yard.
I was going to say I'm going to say it anyway. It's a big deal being the starter at the Pro Bowl, even though it's games.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just saying.
It's flag football now.
I know it's flag football, but it's still it's a big deal to be a Pro Bowler, though.
Yeah, because the whole flag football thing and just the whole construction of the game sucks. It really does.
Do you get money?
Yeah, you
get money. You get money to play the games.
Yeah, it's those incentives. It's those incentives that are in your contract, and then obviously when Big Sur's was doing it, it was the big trip to Hawaii.
Yeah,
but
you know what they used to do? I'm gonna tell you what they used to do. Jeff.
Yeah.
So they would give the winner of the Pro Bowl got 30, the loser got 20. So when you got there at the hotel, they gave you a credit card with 20 grand on it.
Nice.
Already on your card. And if you won, they give you extra 10.
Extra 10? That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Did you pick up a few tabs?
That is sick.
Well, the Boo-Ray game, I owed Kevin Hardy $5. He went to the Pro Bowl, so I had to move the money.
Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah. But for I think like we said, you could make fun of the flag football and all that kind of stuff, but 10 years later, or however many years later, you're still a Pro Bowler.
It's seen it on your Wikipedia page for life.
For life, absolutely.
And so that part of it, that's the recognition you're talking about.
Yeah, a little bit. That's all.
Yeah.
Only because I know I had to fight like a dog in the street to get mine.
I agree.
And because the Pro Bowl was in Hawaii, I was a 5-time first-team alternate, and no one didn't want to go to Hawaii.
Now there's at least like 20 alternates every year that
pass.
Make it.
Yeah.
There's so many.
It is so.
But it's not like
now.
your first one, though. Congratulations to Devin.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so as we just kind of dig into this a little bit, and then we'll get to a handful of other things. Just the idea of where you were a year ago, 641-1010, hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We will definitely stay on that subject. But we mentioned the fact that this team right now, there's joy in Whoville because of what this team was able to accomplish. Still a little bummed out that you could have been still part of the postseason if things had gone a different way. But that's that, and now it is the offseason. And so after the Bills lost to the Broncos, Sean McDermott gets dumped, and out of that has come all sorts of craziness about who was drafting who was in charge, and I firmly believe it was a Brandon Beane v. Sean McDermott up in Buffalo. They weren't in step like we're talking about this new alignment that Jacksonville's enjoying. This was almost a Doug Peterson v. Trent Baalke kind of thing. So anyway, Terry Pagula, owner of the Bills, this whole thing comes out over the last handful of days that Brandon Beane, who goes from GM now promoted to president, was trying to be a, quote, team player in the decision to draft Keon Coleman and give Josh Allen another weapon. And it was McDermott that wanted it. Anyway, here's the soundbite from Terry Pagula. Let's listen to this bad boy.
Yeah, can I interrupt? I'll address the Keon situation. The coaching staff pushed to draft Keon. I'm not saying Brandon wouldn't have drafted him, but he wasn't his next choice. that was Brandon being a team player and taking advice of his coaching staff, who felt strongly about the player. And he's taken, for some reason, heat over it and not saying a word about it. But I'm here to tell you the true story.
Interesting. Huh?
Under bus. I mean, bro. I mean, you fire him and then you throw the coaching staff on the bus. You know how underwhelming Keon Coleman has to be on that team for them for the owner to come out and do that.
And he's still under contract.
He's still under contract.
They're not talking about a guy they just traded away.
Yeah.
They're talking about a guy they have to have next year, probably.
And this was a guy that during the season was a healthy scratch. And yes, he did.
He missed meetings or he was asleep.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
I blame leadership.
All right, so let's go into the locker room right now
room,
because this is worth
story.
it.
Yes.
Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy. Served up by Wingstop.
All right. Wingstop's got special deals this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We got the AFC Championship games on Sunday, but you can get it Saturday and Sunday. Using promo code JAX10 gets you $10 off any 50-piece wing pack online or using the Wingstop app.
Get it done.
All right. So Keon Coleman's here's the remedy for Keon Coleman for the tardiness and the disrespect, the showing up late to me. Enough's not being said about getting leaped on, okay? leaped on is something that works, okay? I saw it with my own eyes when I was with the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1993. We had a first-round pick named Andre Hastings from Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Great route runner, tough guy, whatever. But he had issues with showing up late every now and then or whatever. So the remedy for showing up late was he got warned first initially. Because showing up late, I don't care if you had the money to pay the fine or anything like that, but walking into a meeting, a team meeting or a position meeting late is disrespectful. Not the coaching staff, but the guys who got there on time.
Yeah.
The veteran guys. So his rookie year, he came in late a couple of times, whatever. He got warned. Then he got chastised. Then he got leaped on. And I'm gonna tell you what it was 3 pounds.
Now leaped on, you mean physically assault?
I'm talking about DBs and wide
Challenged
receivers
and swung on.
DBs and wide receivers beat his ass in the locker room. They did. They whooped him. Because that's you can't keep rewarding bad behavior.
Yeah.
We told you once, we told you twice, third time we're just gonna and they surrounded them.
Right.
It was about 7 deep. I'm not gonna say the names that piled on them, but he from then on, no more problems.
Yeah.
Because you have to question leadership when you've got guys that are, second-year guys who've only been in the league a certain amount of years, just
Do you think that still happens in this feelings era?
No, you can't.
Maybe not as much.
You got camera phones, and they'll go to Twitter, and they'll, all that other kind of stuff that goes on right now. It's too much access to information.
Yeah.
So what can you do to hold somebody accountable in 2026 as a player?
You have to have something.
You don't. You can't. You have to. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
I just feel like this would just be the very mild version of peer pressure. Is that if everyone's doing it the right way, then you can challenge the other guy. You ain't gonna get leaped on.
Well, it's disrespectful if you continue. I mean, I saw where there was a team meeting right before a game that he showed up late to.
Mm-hmm.
That lets me know right there you're not focused.
Right.
Don't tell me you overslept or all that other kind of stuff. I don't want to hear that. When it's time after time after time, eventually your time runs out.
No excuses. All right, so help us out with this, because to stay in the locker room, because you've got a coach that has been fired, that as far as the owner is concerned, that they had hit a playoff wall. They felt like he couldn't get them any further, and maybe they were tired of Sean McDermott being the guy leading the charge. 9 seasons, 7 playoff appearances. That's strange to get tired of, but he did. And so anyway, he promotes Brandon Beane. At the same time, he's firing the head coach. Then this comes out that Brandon Beane has things that run 100% counter opposite of what Terry Pagula, the owner, just said. And as JJ said earlier, Keon's still part of the team. What is being said? I know there's not a locker room going on right now, but when they come back, what is being said? Because this is becoming a little crazy.
Well, I mean, listen, let me just be honest with you. Keon was the first pick in the second draft. Literally, he was the first round pick.
In the second round,
second round. So, I mean, if his productivity was elite or even marginal, he would get a longer leash. as far as I don't think the owner would say what he said about him if he had like
70 catches
for like 1,000 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But the fact that his productivity's been down, from 500 last year to 400 this year with only 4 touchdowns. He was a healthy scratch for a game and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, but I don't blame Keon. I blame the leadership in the locker room. There's no way he should be able to get away with this kind of stuff continuously without being chastised or something being done.
His averages, and like we said, he was a healthy scratch this year.
Yeah.
His averages over 2 years, less than 500 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns per year, about 34 catches per season. So really not a whole hell of a lot. So that you're right.
Not for where he was drafted.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And so I don't know where they go from here because they still remember they dispatched Stephon Diggs, got him out of town, and then and they did okay last year with Keon Coleman, as you said, their second round.
Remember, the crazy part is he's on the roster.
Yeah,
like he's sitting there probably watching that press conference, watching the owner, not the coach or the GM, the owner,
the guy who signs his
throw
checks.
him under the bus.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that to me, that's just like, whoa.
And his trade value is not going to be lower than it is right now. So
Exactly.
you wouldn't expect them to be able to trade him.
He said, I love the line. That was Brandon being a team player. Did Trent Baalke infiltrate Buffalo up there somehow, some way? Because this is what happens. This is where heads bump, management versus the coaching.
But Pagula can say stuff like that because, he infamously wanted Pat Mahomes, and he got talked out of it. He got talked out of it for Josh Allen. So that's, if you remember, that was our boy Ty from Go Deep.
Yeah.
His expose on that Pagula wanted Pat Mahomes all along. Wanted to pick him. They talked him out of it.
And Ty Dunn's got that piece up right now. You can
it was old. Remember that was the one where people were like,
like 3 years ago.
He used a 9/11 reference for his to try to get the team riled up or whatever.
I'm saying you can. I'm only saying you could go back and find that with Ty Dunn on his website right now.
GoLongTD.com.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there trying to remember all the details of that one, and so whenever you miss,
so he's got a little. My point is, Pagula. He's the owner.
Yeah,
he's also got a little capital there with what he says because he could always say, "Hey, I was the guy that won Mahomes."
But when you fire one guy and promote the other guy to Prez, there's just something crazy about it. And then is Josh Allen now becoming so much of a concern that they're making bad decisions to try and make him happy? Who knows? Udinski, one of the guys that they've been looking at up there in Buffalo as a possible head coaching replacement for Sean McDermott. Speaking of Sean's, I've got some bets with the AFC and NFC championship games and then who ultimately makes it to the Super Bowl that are worth bringing up. A little fun. We got plenty more. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We'll go back to where you were a year ago, January 22nd, 2025, the day Trent Baalke was finally escorted out of the bank.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080. Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. Went smooth as silk, was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Our son Eric's a Division I collegiate baseball pitcher who is having shoulder pain. We took him to Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and are confident that he's now on the road to recovery. This is Beth Anderson, and we love the care Eric receives at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Game days aren't the only win happening in the 904. Best of Bold City named 904 Gutters with a Z the #1 seamless gutter company in Duval. Like the team's O-line protects their QB. Call the winning team at 904 Gutters with a Z to protect your home from the rain.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting! Coach Campo here, and I just want to tell you about the best pizza I've had right here in Duval, and that's Tony D's Pizza. Tony works hard to make every slice perfect. If you love pizza like I do, you need to go to Tony D's, Bay Meadows and 295.
The Jacksonville Icemen are back in town this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday, it's Lizard Kings weekend. Go back in time to the mid to late 90s and pay tribute to our hockey roots. The Icemen will transform into the Lizard Kings with specialty jerseys and themed music. Friday, the first 2,000 fans get a Tom Coughlin bobblehead. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Icemen hockey is #Sub-Zero.
A new year is the perfect time to finally get organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to home offices, entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and more. Beautiful, functional storage for any space, lifestyle, and budget. Start the new year strong with 40% off plus an extra 15% off, free installation, and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free in-home consultation. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
There might have been dancing in the streets last year. There might have been. Remember, they had the clown show and the big social media campaign going back a year before that, or a couple years before that, and then finally this went down. And there were reasons to celebrate because you felt like this football team was finally going to turn things around. Like we said, Tony Baselli was not officially hired until February 3rd, and this happened January 22nd a year ago. All right, 641-1010. You guys let us know where you were. We say thanks to Rebound Rehab on this Thursday. They've got a dozen locations across the First Coast. Make sure you check them out. If you have any sports injury, workers' comp, auto accident, whatever it might be, you can find out how to get to that relief point with a training regimen. They'll even put it on an app where you can go home and exercise on your own after you're done with therapy. Make sure you check out reboundrehab.com. All right, one of our nooners texts in. We make fun of Balky, but still had the main core of players left on the roster, and then guys like Chason go and flourish elsewhere. Got to give more blame to Peterson than Balky. Glad both are gone, though. LOL.
Chason might actually have been a Dave Caldwell guy.
Yeah, he was.
He was Dave.
And the thing is that the thing I would say more than anything else about Chason is that he was not worth the 20th pick overall. That was right when Justin Jefferson was coming off the board, I believe, with the next pick.
Jesus.
Yeah. The next pick.
Yeah. And,
the next pick.
Yeah. And so, and don't
the
forget.
Next,
it took Chason like 8
the next
years
pick.
to finally have a good
I'm going to say that one more time.
Yeah.
The next pick.
And you want to know why he passed on Justin Jefferson? Because he was getting Visca Chenault in the second round.
A much better player.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And this is how we remember
Viscous
Dave.
is probably out the league right now.
This is how we remember Dave.
I liked Visca too, but the fact that Dave Caldwell said, and Visca was not good, that he said he was his number one guy on the board all along.
I think I
his
remember
number one receiver.
I think I remember something to the effect there were 4 guys that he had in mind. and he got 3 of them, and they were C.J. Henderson, Caleb Von Chason, and Visca Chenault.
God, I don't want to know who the 4th was.
I don't either. Enough said.
right now, there are Gator fans like driving around town going, "Wait, what? What?
He's now our general manager." Let me just hear. I want to hear from Dave, though. At the very least.
Dave's not here.
Thank you. All right, just it makes me feel better. But you certainly can blame Doug Peterson.
That's Tommy Chong, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we know that.
Cheech and Chong for the young kids.
Yeah, we do know that. And so it's one of the greatest bits ever. Yeah, and just if you want to go back and Google, it's just one of the great listens. It'll trip you out. They were tripping out. But there was enough blame to go around, and I was never taking Doug Peterson off the hook ever, because we would joke, and you had the soft serve that you put on him, Big Sirs, and he did such a tremendous job in the second half of 2022. We all know they came from out of nowhere to make it to the postseason, won 5 of 6 down the stretch, and won the AFC South and all of that. But then after that, he was really soft serve. So both of them, leadership-wise, were bad, and it was dysfunctional.
Yeah, the biggest indictment on Doug Peterson, in my opinion, is the fact that he trusted those players to be professionals.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He gave them leeway, far too much leeway. You know, we criticized him. I think he canceled camp or something like that crazy.
A mandatory minicamp, he gave him all the time off.
He gave him all the time off and stuff like that.
And it paid off that year, but then after that, we all know it eroded.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay to do when you're winning, but when you got to keep the leash on these players, a lot of them. And I don't mean that as far as a dog way, but I'm just saying you can't give them a long leash because they'll bite you in the end. They will, and this team did. This team was not tough, was not physical, wasn't mentally, couldn't handle adversity well, all that kind of stuff. All the kind of stuff that they were this year, they weren't the year before.
So I will agree with what you said. That was a big problem. The biggest problem with Doug Peterson is he didn't know how to develop Trevor Lawrence. That's the biggest problem. That's the most damning thing.
Well,
he couldn't develop him.
Especially when you come in thinking
that he would.
Yeah, that when he comes in, you're thinking that's an offensive guy.
Yes, that's the guy that's going to do it.
That under the Andy Reid tree learned how to work on that side of the ball. So obviously he was a quarterback. We know that. And so he was a guy that certainly presented the idea that you were going to come in and turn Trevor in the right direction. He was going to teach him everything that Liam now has taught him.
Yeah, I also think he came in, though, and just gave it to Press, and he gave it to, McCoy was still there, right, as a quarterback's coach. Right?
Yeah, Mike McCoy.
Yeah. So I think he just gave it to them two and said, okay, you guys go with it, instead of hands-on doing it himself.
Yeah, he was
Liam came in here, and I know Udinski's the OC.
Yeah.
And I know the Whipple's son is the quarterback's coach. Believe me, that's all Liam.
Oh,
that's Liam.
Well, all right, so let's just sidebar here, because the idea that Grant Udinski is getting interviews, and you're saying to yourself, well, he's young, first off. This is his first OC job on the NFL level. Is this guy ready? Well, look at what he did to Trevor. The fact that Trevor had this second half of his season where he was shot out of a cannon and now has been listed as a top 5 vote getter for the MVP award. He's also up for the Comeback Player of the Year award, which he probably has a much better chance of winning that, and it will be well-deserved. But Liam gets the bulk of the credit for all the obvious reasons, calling the plays, making sure this team plays at a high level intensity-wise, and all the things he's done. But I do think Udinski definitely gets some credit in the coaching circle for him being the close confidant and developer of Trevor. It's still Liam at the top.
I think Udinski is more of he's organizing the offense.
Yeah.
The guy that's hands-on with Trevor is Liam. There's no doubt about it.
Wouldn't Liam have to co-sign on the fact that he's a lot more involved in the offense for him to get the interviews?
Udinski is literally the guy that he game plans. That's what an offensive coordinator does.
Like honestly, if you go back and watch The Hunt, and they do a great job, it shows you in practice, once the regular season starts, media, the ones that are the Ryan O's of the world, the Hayes Carlins of the world, they're all out there for the early portion of practice to see who's dressing, who's out, and all that kind of stuff. And then after that, The Hunt is one of the best resources you can use to see how they are coaching them up. What do you see here? What do you like? Give me an idea of what you'd like to see, that and that and that. And it's both of those guys working.
Those things are getting longer, by the way. The last one was like an hour and 17 minutes.
Awesome. Yeah, it was just awesome. All right, so we'll keep it going on that front. Just as far as like a Udinski, you definitely want to keep him here. Anthony Campanile probably, deserves more of the credit on the defensive side because he's the D coordinator that had the transformation on that side of the ball, whereas Liam's going to get the lion's share of the credit.
Yeah, don't you think it's much more important to keep Campanile than
if you had to wrestle between those two?
And again, I'm not minimizing what Udinski does. All I'm telling you is, I'm telling you right now, Trevor got better because of Liam.
I don't think anyone would debate that. Yeah, no one's debating that. Liam's at the top of that offensive
what I mean
pyramid.
is Liam is hands-on with him. He's coaching him. Is what
Yes. Yeah, that 100%. We're just simply saying Udinski is being recognized and valued for a guy that, I can't just go hire that head coach. I want to know what you got from that head coach that made that guy so successful in such a short amount of time. Yeah, that is a big part of this. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies. Choose your social channel. Twitter at 1010XL. Facebook at 1010XL. Instagram at 1010XL. TikTok at 1010XL. YouTube at 1010XL. 1010XL is there.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 22nd, 2006, Kobe Bryant scored 81 points for the Lakers in a win versus the Raptors, the second highest total ever.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. And when the weather starts to shift a little bit, especially during the fall, you've got some really cool stuff from Honda Off-Road.
We do. It's the favorite time of the year for me. Nice little chill in the air. We've got some side-by-sides. We've got the ATVs. Of course, they're legendary dirt bikes. We've got it all.
And for the hunter?
Oh, we've got side-by-sides that work and play.
All right, so make sure you check it out. Showroom wide open for you on Atlantic near Regency. If you want to go off-road and have some fun, check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house, because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
And that concludes the Joe C. Jack of All Trades show. Tune in next week where I'll be installing my own French drain.
Joe, wake up, man.
Hey, John, I must have dozed off.
We finished those projects you started.
Whoa, my seamless gutters are actually seamless.
And they're connected into underground PVC drain lines.
And my sprinklers. Wow, look at that coverage.
Next time, just call me first, Joe.
I will, but I ain't singing that song.
Clearwater irrigation
and drainage too.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
I was laughing a little bit when I heard the spot with John, and I can't carry a tune, but at the very least I got that last part out, and I liked hearing it because I was Jack of all trades, master of none. Could not get anything done. I tried to put my own gutters and drainage in, and it did not go well. So
You tried to put your own gutters in?
Yeah.
Like how recently?
Well, no, this is way back when we built the house. This is when we built the house, and I kind of got cheap, and then I got the Jack of all trades going, and I tried to put the gutters in, and next thing you know, well, not next thing you know, many years later, I had more problems than I wanted. That's for sure. Now, as we came back from break, Big Sirs, who by the way is the only one in the room not named Hacker that can get away with wearing a hoodie with his own name and face on it. Okay. He's the only one.
It's my logo.
Yeah.
I actually wear a lot of Leon gear around.
Yeah.
I have like 3 Leon shirts that I wear.
There you
proudly.
go, bro. Appreciate it. Wear them proudly.
But yeah, I would never wear a JJ shirt.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
I'm not at that level.
Yeah, he's the only one not named Hacker that can get away with it. Yeah. But Leon, with the Leon Searcy hoodie on, looked at Matt with the music coming back. He goes, Yacht Rock.
Yeah, bro.
Yacht Rock.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Now, he was asking the question.
You don't think that's Yacht Rock?
No.
Because he's curious as to what the playlist would be because you're going to see the Yacht Rock.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Florida Theater, yeah.
Sold out,
Is
bro.
BTO Yacht Rock?
No.
No. It's just like the same era.
But some songs are.
It could fall into it. Like, in other words,
Like
the
specific
DJ
songs could fall into that.
DJ's like, I'm just cranking some Yacht Rock today.
That's
and then he
just
sees that one and he goes, you know what?
You know what that is?
I might mix that one up.
That's comfort rock and roll is what that is.
Wow, a whole nother genre I've never heard of. Comfort rock.
Yeah.
Okay, Yacht Rock.
It's not taking care of business, BTO.
We're talking
but
about it
it's, you know.
because Matt is going to Yacht Rock
Yes.
review.
Yes.
Which I did say correctly. That's a hard one. Peter Piper picked. So for now on the rest of the show, Leon, we'll come back with some real Yacht Rock for you.
Oh, okay. Appreciate it.
Which means he is going to work
Little River Band and
Christopher Cross. He's
Christopher
totally
Cross.
working him in.
Some doobies.
Some little Kenny Loggins.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Don't get on the Doobies, man. I saw the Doobies at Dailies.
I love them.
Yeah.
A year ago.
So-
It was phenomenal, man.
Last night I went to a little blues concert, and she was really talented, strong singer, but would pick up the sax, and you got just a nice combination.
Isn't that one of the best instruments ever, man? I love it.
So you had the lead guitar, drums, and then Vanessa Collier was her name, and she would just pick up that sax and just start cranking, and it was good blues music. She comes through the Blues Fest here in Jacksonville, and she was down in the Ogg, and it was entertaining. We had a good time, that's for sure. So all right, let's get back to what we were talking about. Just as far as trying to piece this thing together with this football team going forward, and just how excited you got to be now, this time, compared to a year ago, the day that Trent Baalke was fired. I put it in my calendar. It will live there in perpetuity. Every January 22nd, we will celebrate it. But there were other key things that happened for this football team, as we said. Not only getting him out, but getting the proper coaching staff put together here. And now, as we just talked about, the Udinskis, the Campaniles of the world are being viewed as, hey, we want to find out a little bit more about them. That's why they're getting interviews. So do you agree, Big Sirs, if you're going to lose one of those two, and you don't want to lose either one?
No, you don't. Well, that's the price you pay for being good.
Yeah, which would you rather lose?
Oh, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, because Liam's going to still call the plays. I mean, Campanile, I mean, he resurrected the defense. I mean, he inspired careers. We're talking about guys who had career seasons. I mean, played above grade. I mean, because Devin Lloyd alone is all pro now.
Mm-hmm.
What did we say about him a year ago? He couldn't. He seemed lost out there with all that amazing talent.
All those guys.
All those guys.
Look at Monteric Brown. Look at Jarian Jones. Look at Antonio Johnson.
Yeah,
Coach and I did a podcast this morning. Campo and Joe. You can find it on the 1010XL social channels and our Jaguars 1010XL YouTube page. He'll be on with us tomorrow, but he also made it clear as well, just from his coaching and long time in the NFL's eyes. He said, yes, Anthony Campanile did a hell of a job this year, and the coaching was a huge uptick, but the roster still needs to be improved.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get him to chime in on that tomorrow, is that Monteric Brown played well. Jarian Jones played well, even had back-to-back weeks with picks and whatnot. But to think that this roster is where it needs to be, no. You need more. You need lockdown corners that can continue. You can't count on 30-plus takeaways every single year to have a success on the defensive side.
No, everybody. I mean, listen, everyone's expendable right now.
Yeah,
so to say. I mean, you got certain guys, certain positions, but for the most part, you want to. Offensive line needs to be upgraded. Interior defensive line needs to upgrade. We need another defensive end. More than likely, your boy Aluakon's not going to be here. You got to upgrade at the linebacker position. We need a lockdown corner. We don't know how long the transition of Travis Hunter is going to be. You got to find somebody that can come in right away and play. I mean, you got all kind of different variables that you've got to take care of. So the narrative can't be just sit on your hands and we're good with what we have. Because, listen, on the bulky, what did he say? The offensive line, we're good. We're going to run it back with the same starters that were terrible from the year before. So you can't have that kind of thought process.
Remember that going into free agency?
Yes.
When, they all speak at the podium and it was, we're running it back.
We like where their locker room is at. We're in a good position right now.
We like that. What do you say? We like that offensive line room.
Mm-hmm.
We like where we are. They literally just played 3 months earlier against one of the worst, if not the worst team in the league for a chance to go to the playoffs and got whipped on the offensive line.
And I think it might have been Doug Peterson who actually had that soundbite too, and said that was the only time all five were together. Well, they sucked. Okay.
They got whipped.
Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, the logic, the approach, they did not work well together. I maintain forever. Balky was the guy who wanted to have his whistle around the neck. He wanted to be out there coaching, and it just did not work. It was oil and water in the end when it was all said and done. And this is the comical part of it is that he pronounced that the best roster this team ever had. The owner bought it hook, line, and sinker, and he was doing it to set up the coach who said so Saad could see if the coach didn't win with the, quote, best roster ever, it must be the coach's fault, and then it all ended up being Balky's fault in the end. So it was a long, arduous time after getting to the postseason and feeling like you had returned to glory for all of Duval to have to endure, for these Jaguar fans to have to endure. You went from not only winning the AFC South and winning a playoff game and getting really close against Kansas City, the next year starting out 8-3 and feeling pretty damn good about yourself. And then that was just eons ago with all the losing that took place.
There was just too much. I mean, we're making fun of Balky today because it's easy, because it's the anniversary, and because he's Balky. But there was just there were so many different entry points of suck with that organization under them. It wasn't just him. There were so many different things. It just, that's how you go from 8-3 to collapsing and then completely collapsing the next year. There was no rhyme or reason for how they did things. And I think it's easy to jump on Balky. And to JJ's point in the pre-show meeting, it is his roster. There's no doubt about it. But he was part of that suck. 100% he was.
Yeah. And when they replaced the bottom half or raised the floor, which is what Jimmy Gladstone's really made a big point of, that is where the Gardex of the world, the Van Landen stepping in and becoming a star and getting another contract. The other guys, the Antonio Johnsons, who basically up until this year had been, that was what he was. And those types of guys stepped up from the bottom half of the roster and made plays. All right, we'll keep it rolling into the 1 o'clock hour. Rebound Rehab Thursday. Don't forget a dozen locations across the First Coast. If you are hurting, you want to make sure you get in front of a PT that will give you a regimen and the keys to success to get back to full health.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Jaguars football lives here.
Listen, we sticking together.
1010 XL.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. If you have a school, team, or group that would benefit from a team store, you're in luck because we now offer team stores. Check us out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law.
Joe Coward, Matt Hayes, and Leon Searcy are serving up your daily dose of sports talk specials from scratch.
I didn't know you could.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
These are delicious.
Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010 XL.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Searcy here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
If your home doesn't have a fireplace, CSS can install a beautiful electric or gas fireplace from Heat & Glow with no major remodel required. See their showroom or cssoutdoor.com for a free estimate. CSS, you dream it, we build it.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida. And inside the flip side, the action never stops. If you're tired of hearing about the best games after the final whistle, don't get left on the sidelines. Whether it's a unique sporting event you've never seen, a weekend with the family, or a winning date night, Visit Jacksonville is your ultimate playbook. Get in the game. Head to visitjacksonville.com/locals or download the Visit Jacks app today and see everything coming in 2026. Jacksonville. Experience the flip side.
We love talking sports on 1010XL, and I9 Sports loves giving kids the perfect way to grow up playing the game. Spring and summer registration going on right now. Log on to i9sports.com to see all they've got to offer for kids ages 3 and up. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay. Sign up now for spring and summer. Great new locations added like Tofoy Creek High School and Westside Middle. Get your kids in the game with I9 Sports. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount at i9sports.com.
It's a new year, and Aleve is here to help you keep your New Year's resolutions on track. Whether it's a daily walk, hitting the gym, or spending more time with friends and family, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you moving with long-lasting body pain relief so you can chase those dreams and achieve your goals. Don't let body pain slow you down. Keep going with Aleve, because this year is your year. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Peterbrook, your neighborhood chocolatier. The Players' Championship is bringing a little little hip hop to this year's Military Appreciation Day concert, as 3-time Grammy Award winner Ludacris will headline the event on Tuesday, March 10th. Festivities are scheduled to take place on the 17th hole at the end of the practice rounds at the Players Championship. 69 degrees at 102, time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
That's yacht rock. By the way, Christopher Cross.
It just kind of leaves you in a position where you just want to sit back and light up. Like I was speechless just for a second.
Christopher Cross is a wildly underrated guitarist.
Yeah, we've gotten into that rabbit hole before.
I mean, wildly.
Because, like, honestly, I never really heard him get on like a good guitar riff at all, ever.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently, that is an unknown talent.
We're talking.
I'm going to show you some YouTube clips.
Are we talking Jimmy or what are we talking?
He just put him up against Jimmy.
I'm not talking Jimmy, but I'm saying he's, you guys
I hear it right now. I do hear it.
Yeah.
Like I said last night, I heard a great guitar solo and a great sax solo. I might put my dude from last night up against Christopher Cross.
JJ Swain in there right now, man.
Oh, if this song doesn't get you in a mood, I don't
loving it. All right, so we got to get to one other thing. We have many other things to get to, and you guys are more than welcome to hang out with us for the next hour. If you miss any of the show, you can go back on YouTube. Just search XL Primetime. We'd love for you to check it out. Joe C., Matty Hayes, check out his stuff at USA Today Sports. Big Search, the Hurricane Hall of Famer. Hoodie with his own face on it right now, so he knows who he's comfortable in his own skin.
Real quick.
Yeah.
You know the song "Running with the Night," Lionel Richie, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Cross plays the guitar solo now.
Wow.
Riveting.
So listen to that, JJ. While you're doing your other work in there, pull it up.
Did he have
What's the song?
I don't. Running with the Night, Lionel Richie.
Did he have a huge solo on that bad boy?
Yeah. You'll know it. Like when you hear it, you'll go, "Oh yeah."
Was it like a Van Halen solo?
It's pretty good. I'm telling. Look,
are you
guys
putting
just
him in the
listen,
Eddie Van Halen?
No, of course not. I'm
Okay.
just saying he's a wildly underrated guitarist. Is all I'm saying. Not that. That's some synth, JJ. Come on.
Well, he has to play it.
I don't know this.
You don't know this song?
No.
I bet Leon knows it word for word.
Not word for word.
Normally, he could pull that out.
All right, that Jerry curl is killing it.
Right?
Oh, my God.
All right, so I don't know what goes on in the yacht rock
top
world
of the rock,
Matt
man.
Hayes. Softer rock than I was used to.
No, you know me. I mean, I listen to like Queensryche. You know me, but
Yeah,
I like yacht rock every once in a while.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I don't trust people who can't go out of their genre.
Right.
You know what I'm
all
saying? You
over
got to
it.
appreciate
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, I'm all over. Like I said, blues last night. You know, I love the country. I love rock. I love alternative. Folk. I love folk. Give me some bluegrass too, not just blues.
I know you guys are excited about Bad Bunny at halftime
Yeah,
of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Well, we just heard Ludacris and Bad Bunny.
Ludacris
Yeah.
at the Players. What's going on, man?
Well, the
Come
Chainsmokers
on.
was one of the greatest ones
That's
ever.
crazy.
It was trippy. The Chainsmokers, we took it in. My buddy Dean from Sawgrass Asset, we were up in the lounge area. That was a scene around 17.
Pitbull was at the college football championship game last year.
Yeah, he
love
was.
Pitbull.
Hip hoppers golf, bro.
Dude, Ludacris wasn't even a good rapper when he was in his prime. Dude, give me a break.
He was okay.
Corny.
Yeah, like
There's a reason, I guess, why he's able to perform at places like that, because he's kind of sort of like the clean rapper guy.
yeah, which is good. All right, so let's go from that to a conspiracy theory with the San Francisco 49ers. And apparently, this deserves some of that chilling music trying to figure it out. But the story in San Francisco, Big Sirs, ratcheted back up. News conference on Wednesday after the 49ers season over. They got smoked against Seattle over the weekend. They had all the injuries that they had to deal with. And it comes out, at least a little more of the discussion about there is a power station. Is that how you would call it? A power station that's right around the corner and causing what they believe health and safety concerns to their players.
Soft tissue injuries.
Soft tissue. So
can someone explain how?
All right, so here
I
it
love
is.
the conspiracy, but this is way over.
We might have to
my
call
head.
Gio for this.
So we might have to. This could be something we bring up next week. But anyway, this is John Lynch, general manager, former player, Hall of Famer. His quote, as far as what's going on there, he said, because it deals with allegedly the health and safety of our players, I think you have to look into everything. Our guys we've been reaching out to anyone and everyone to see, does a study exist other than a guy sticking an apparatus underneath a fence and coming up with a number that I have no idea what that means?
I like that he's being honest.
Is there nuclear waste?
Yeah, something like that.
Got a Geiger counter underneath there, man.
Come on, any kind of excuse for loser.
It says, the health and safety is the utmost priority, and they are going to look into this bad boy. But as you just said, they're measuring some kind of,
I don't know what they're measuring.
Like
they should be measuring the heart of that team.
Yeah, all the EKGs. That's what they need.
Yeah, well, that team plays pretty hard. Are you going to say? Are you now going to throw that? I'm looking at Matt now, and you just said. Did you see the way they knocked the Eagles out?
They didn't play that hard in that game against the Seahawks. I can tell you that.
Maybe this could be some Chernobyl stuff.
It could. Have you heard?
It could be leaking into the practice.
It's weird how they played hard in that Eagles game and then didn't play hard the next week.
It's like all their energy was taken out.
Did you maybe take a look at what the Seahawks bring to the table versus what Philadelphia's brought to the table of late?
What does Philly look like?
I want to sample that.
Well, I saw the 49ers 3 weeks ago. Should have beaten the Seahawks.
Well, it was a lower scoring game, totally different game. This time, they did not have George Kittle. Have you ever heard of him? Okay.
Yeah, one guy's not going to completely make you lose by how much? 30 what? They lose by 30 what?
41-6.
41-6.
The Kittle effect.
They totaled up, okay?
Oh my gosh. I love the guy who says that they don't do this and they don't do that. Are you kidding?
Bro, you don't lose a playoff game 41-6 because of one guy.
No, they got smoked. There's no doubt about that.
It was the first play and then they gave up.
It was a playoff game, man.
I know. I don't need a primer on that. But you're telling me that a Kyle Shanahan
I'm telling you they quit
team,
is what I'm telling you. Yes, in the second half.
I believe that.
They quit.
I believe that.
Maybe late in the game when
is that too harsh?
The resignation.
That game, you watch that game the second half?
That's a huge indictment.
Yeah. That's the two things you don't ever want to be
you don't want to be described as being soft or a quitter.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think I'd look at Brock Purdy.
Two things we were throwing around this franchise last year over and over.
Exactly.
Well, see, that team made
I think it was easy for San Francisco to see we're not in this game. We have no chance of winning this game, and we're not going to give
shutting it down. I'm not getting hurt. I'm going to.
I mean, the first play was a kickoff touchdown.
And it was an unbelievable return from Shaheed. And I had an anytime TV prop in front of me. I did not get it. I didn't take it. And it was one that I read right there at the end. I'm like, maybe I should. Anyway, I didn't. But you're talking about a team that perennially shows up in the postseason unless they have a rash of injuries, which they did a year ago. They were able to overcome. And you're going to describe what this team was last year versus that team? Are you kidding?
No, I'm not comparing those two at all.
Well, you
I
said
was
that's
joking.
the way.
I was just joking around saying those are two words we used for this franchise last year.
Yes, which is
I'm not
accurate.
comparing the Jags and the Niners.
I just looked at after they lost to Seattle. What was it, 13-3? No, I'm just saying. I wanted to make sure it was clear because I saw a football team that kicked tail up in Philadelphia to advance in the postseason.
Right.
And so I was pretty impressed by that, given the injuries that they already had to deal with. And then they lose George Kittle. And I don't know how much more you could have expected. They got throttled. There's no question about that. Once that game went in the wrong direction, I agree with you guys. They probably did have a little get up in them.
Right.
That's
what I'm saying. Second half, they quit.
Yeah. Well, it didn't start out like that. It might have been adjusted to that to that second half reasoning. But they got, I'll give you an example, you know,
it was 17-0. They were There were some of those guys. Some of those guys were thinking about
over.
Cabo.
Yeah. I love it.
As Leon always says, you get to that point in that game, right? The last game of the season.
Dude,
you know
I don't
it's
get
coming.
it, Joe. We see guys quit every
Right.
weekend.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Why are you so
what's the big deal?
Why are
No,
you
I'm
so
no-
hard about the Niners?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying when you're on the postseason, it's so easy to throw darts, is all I'm saying. And I'm looking at Leon like I'm actually looking for a little life preserver.
No, he's
for
not
Leon.
getting in because he's a player.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to rip the
Yeah.
other players.
Because
he's not getting into it.
Like I do believe in the second half when you know it's a wrap, it's probably a wrap. I do get that. But at the same time, we're talking about a team that was able to stitch it together despite all the injuries that they had. And I applaud them as opposed to rip them. That's
All
the
right.
only thing I
All I'm saying is in the break, Leon's going to look at us and go, those boys were headed Caribbean.
But Joe is right. Like, for them to even get that far is impressive.
Yeah,
Yes.
that blew me away the week before.
I mean, well, it's a great franchise. He's a great coach. They've got really good players. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
If you don't believe the players quit, speaking of the week before, look at A.J. Brown.
Yeah, and you
mean,
guys,
dude, they were in that game. He just didn't care. He hates the quarterback. He hates his
Right.
play car. It's just like we see it all the time.
and so you guys are right there. I shouldn't throw we throw a blanket over everybody sometimes. I shouldn't throw a blanket over all of them saying they don't quit. You're right about that. They
But
do.
this Niners team had a lot of
Yeah.
fight to get where they went. this
Yeah,
year,
and I was
for sure.
And so here's another crazy thing, real quick, just on the Seattle part of this. Seattle, you wondered when Sam Darnold went into San Francisco if he was going to be able to do it. They did it. He didn't make a mistake. They won the football game. And then this go around, he comes out with the oblique injury, and you're like, wait a minute, maybe this is a good storyline. Shrunk the number a little bit because you didn't know if Sam Darnold was going to play. Anyway, they throttle him, okay? Now you got the Rams going up there. It is just a 2.5-point line, okay? 2.5-point line between two teams that know each other very well, Seahawks and Rams. I am so shocked to look at the numbers. And the line between the Bo Nixless Broncos,
Right.
the Jarrett Stidham-led Broncos against the Patriots is only 2 points higher. Makes sense of that. It is now down to 4.5.
I don't think they love Bo Nix. And
Yeah.
when I say they, I mean like the line makers.
And they love Sean Payton and what he can do with anybody, right?
Yeah. And the defense. And,
And
the
their
home
defense
field.
against Drake May. Only 2 points different or 2 points higher.
So has there ever been a number one seed that's as a dog going into the postseason?
I don't know. Let's carry the conversation over because of an injury is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll look at that coming up. It is XL Primetime Rebound Rehab Thursday. You guys can hit the text line 641-1010, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford.
You ever have that feeling
1010 XL.
where you're not sure if you're awake or still dreaming? All the time.
1010 XL.
I thought it wasn't real. Your mind makes it real.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Lucy Pearson, senior swimmer and soccer player at Wilson High. Lucy is a member of the National, French, and Speech and Debate Honor Societies. She's been accepted to attend UNF. Congratulations, Lucy.
Ace Carline here for Atlantic Infinity, and yes, I'm still loving my new QX60. Right now, you can lease one or lock in just 1.9% financing for 60 months, and every new Infinity comes with the Atlantic Infinity Promise. That's over $7,000 in added value. That's one of many reasons why I bought mine there. No pressure, no games, just a great experience. Make your next ride an Infinity from Atlantic Infinity. Visit AtlanticInfinity.com or the showroom near Atlantic and St. John's Bluff.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Get ready for an unforgettable night of classic rock with legendary Queensryche vocalist Jeff Tate.
Performing the hit album Operation Mindcrime for the final time.
One night only, January 28th at Florida Theater. Timeless hits from the unmistakable voice of Jeff Tate. Get your tickets now at floridatheater.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $4,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjax.com.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost are the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 14th.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
All right, what the fool believes.
Yeah, Yacht Rock, my
Great
man.
song.
This is like a yacht rock anthem.
All right.
This is as yacht rock
I
as
can
it
dig it. I
gets.
can dig it.
And so basically, if you weave in, say, the Doobies, Sticks, throw some Journey at them, in and out with a Christopher Cross, a Sail Away, or whatever.
Okay, so now
you got
the brothers call this Blue-Eyed Soul.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't know that.
That's what we call it, the Blue-Eyed Soul.
He's about as much of a brother as any white guy could ever be. Isn't he?
The Blue-Eyed
Like
Soul.
McDonald, yeah.
If you told me,
Hall and Oates,
yeah,
those type of cats.
if you told me I was going to a Blue-Eyed Soul revival, I would dang sure show up.
There you go.
Okay, I would 100% show up. All right, so I got a ukulele play coming up in a second, but you did ask.
Those are Doobies. You would have loved them.
You did ask Big Sirs. The biggest underdog, again, this is not lie at work. This is AI at work. The biggest underdog, number one seed in playoff history, rare occurrence. But the 2018 Philadelphia Eagles stand out as the first number one seed to open as an underdog versus the Falcons in the divisional round. And I just really don't remember the Falcons being anywhere around at that point. While the 1969 Jets versus what is AI, man?
It sucks.
It's such
bull
crap.
It's always wrong.
I'm not even.
You have to ask it like the most basic.
All right. Well, when you're looking at that, we need to clear up one thing.
I'm not going.
Here's
there
the other
because we
deal.
weren't
They
clear
didn't
about this.
have point spreads on record from like too long ago. So that's why it's really hard to look up.
So
Right,
it
so
did
hang
say
on. So
the first number one seed, and it was when Wentz went down with the injury. That's when St. Nick popped up. So
we all know what happened after that.
So that was 2017, but they're using 2018 because it was the calendar.
I see.
Thank you, AI.
So let's clear this up real quick. We were talking.
So they
on the
were
show
actually right
about Terry Pegula. Terry
I don't know about
Pegula.
the Falcons,
Terry
though.
Pegula wanted Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I did.
And he hired. That was also the first year.
All right. So when you say clear this up, we haven't talked about this in an hour. So
that's what I'm saying. We talked about it last hour.
Right.
All right. And when
it's been in your head,
and you said Pegula wanted Mahomes over Allen, but they were in separate drafts.
They were in separate drafts. Okay. But the point
17
is
and 18.
it was Sean McDermott's first year. Pegula wanted him. Okay. He had done all kind of research on him. The quote from Doug Whaley, who's the former GM with the Bills, was he, without a doubt, would have given his firstborn for Mahomes. Not only was he looking at him, but he had all of his numbers guys running analytics, watching every game, every throw. He was steadfastly, unequivocally all about Mahomes. But he gave in because it was the first year of his brand new coach, so he gave in to who his coach wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They traded back from 10, gave it to the Chiefs, and then picked up Tre'Davious White.
Up or back?
They traded back.
I love it. That's a win. That's a win. That is 100% a win.
Oh, you didn't even realize.
They
It took us a
traded
little while
back.
to get there. It took us a little while to get there.
No, they traded back behind them. Back.
Yeah. They went from
Exactly.
10th
Right, that's
to
what I was
27th.
saying.
10th to 27th. They didn't. If they traded up, they would have went from 10th to 7th.
The draft goes from 1 to 30.
Anyway, it was a win. But I'm glad we
It's
brought
not
it
a
back
win.
up. All right,
It's not a win at all.
By the way, Pegula's firstborn, I believe, is a professional tennis star, so maybe he wouldn't give her away. But whatever.
Maybe he
I
would've.
get what you're saying.
You're talking about 3 Super Bowls,
Mahomes,
4
yeah.
Super Bowls, right?
But people are saying the dynasty's over. It's a wrap. That's what I've heard. No more Mahomes, no more Chiefs. They're done.
We'll see. Andy Reid and
They
Mahomes,
got what's his name back?
They got Eric Bieniemy
Eric
back.
Bieniemy back to the party.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
he's their newest OC.
We have not heard about Taylor's boyfriend yet, have we?
Travis.
Whether he's coming
He's
back.
got to retire, man.
Taylor's
He's been washed for 2 years.
You think he's done?
Yeah, but he did something the other day on a podcast where he said that this is going to be nice to have him back in the building, which implies
He's coming back.
yeah,
in
referring
the building.
to Eric Bieniemy, which implies he might be back. He's only doing that just to get the Swifties to click on his pod. That's really all that is. All right,
Is it clickbait? Really?
maybe.
Are we going to see them
this
during the Super Bowl festivities in some form or fashion?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. All right, the ukulele, please. Because I said that, first off, just listen for 1 second.
Perfecto!
Such a nice sound, soothing as it may be, especially for Bills fans who are up in arms. For Jag fans a year ago, they still need to soothe their soul. So I said earlier that Jarrett Stidham is stepping in as the starting quarterback for the number 1 overall seed Denver Broncos, and they were an underdog at home. But it did open 6, maybe even more than +6 at home as a dog. It's now down to 4.5.
Wow.
So Jarrett Stidham, as we talked about earlier this week, last pass attempt in a game, January 7th, 2024, against the Raiders. Okay. That's how far back we're going. All right. It's 749 days. Okay. That more than doubles the previous record.
That's so crazy.
749 days from the last time he took a snap, and now he is under center in the AFC Championship game. The 749-day number more than doubles the previous record held by who? To start a playoff game and had a gap in time, did not throw a pass for 370 days.
Now, is it someone that we would recognize?
Maybe, maybe not.
Okay.
It's
Frank Wright.
By the way, did
No,
we
that's a
give
good one.
Pacifico a shout out at all there?
Oh, no, I should have. From the
Yeah.
Atlantic to the Pacific, with the delicious Mexican lager. Thank you, sir.
I'm glad you gave us that little proviso because I was getting ready to say Dante Culpepper. So
Yeah. So
we would know him.
it's the time between the pass that he threw back in January of 2024 till now, and it's 749 days.
Right.
And then now we're looking for that more than doubles the previous record. The last dude to start a playoff game.
Can you give us the time frame?
Like I said, about a decade and a half.
Okay.
Okay. Last 2 decades, if you want to round it off. But anyway, that dude had not thrown a pass for 370 days.
Wow. That's so many possibilities.
I got nothing on
And
this.
I'll just tell you this: when he did get in, it was kind of one of those deals where like, wait a minute, they may have something, and then it did not go well.
Okay.
Is it someone from the Browns?
Oh, you know who I'm going to say? A guy who was imprisoned. I'm going to say Michael Vick.
That's not a bad one.
Came in for the Eagles
That
or
is
something.
not a bad one. That's actually a really good one.
But he did play in the regular season, so that's wrong.
Somebody from the Browns, Leon.
How often did the Browns make the playoffs?
Yeah, not very often. You might be able to go back this far. I think they even go back further with their last playoff game. All right, I'm going to give it to you. Because like I said, if no one's biting right now.
Stefanski went to the playoffs, by the way. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been that long.
It wasn't
right.
Wade
Stefanski
Wilson, was
had
it?
4 different quarterbacks start that
was a
year.
crazy
Was
year.
it Wade Wilson?
No. Like I said, decade and a half. I don't know how long ago he was around.
15. Was he around 20?
But he did wear a Vikings uniform back in the day, right, Wade?
Yeah.
He was a Saint and a Viking?
Yeah.
All right, you guys cannot take credit for it, but it is the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
In 2012, and it was Joe Webb.
Oh my god!
Like I said,
I would have never got that.
and they lost. They lost to the Packers 24-10.
You could have given me 20,000 possibilities, and I wouldn't have said 20,000 answers. And I would have said.
Listen, I just wanted to bring it up because this more than doubles the amount of time between passes. 700.
So I wonder who the quarterback was for the Vikings that got hurt that year.
Now, let me see here. I'm looking at the 24-10.
Webb.
Yeah. Let me see if I can
Lee,
get.
UAB's Joe Webb.
Christian Ponder.
Okay. A former first rounder who was picked kind of high in the draft. I think he was like 12th overall, something like that. Adrian Peterson had to take the handoffs from Joe Webb that day.
So Joe Webb was hot early and then blew up?
Well, it ended up being 24-10. Let me see if I can see. The Vikings were the first to score. It was a field goal, but they were the first to score, and then I think the Packers scored the next 4 or 5.
Let me give you the craziest Joe Webb stat ever.
Yeah.
He made his professional debut on December 5th, 2010, when he took the opening kickoff, becoming the first Vikings quarterback to return a kickoff before leaving the game with a hamstring injury.
That is wild. Did not know that. That's pretty cool, though. So there you go. Little Joey Webb back in time. Perfecto. All right. So where were we? I have no idea.
Practice game or first game of the season? JJ?
Whatever date I said. What didn't I say was December?
Oh, I thought you said September.
Yeah. No.
All right.
So
maybe
confusing.
I did.
The real game, huh? A quarterback returning kicks. What?
It's pretty good, man.
All right.
December 5th. So it was a real game.
All right, we need to get back to the nuclear meltdown in San Francisco. We'll do that coming up in just a little bit. But also, we'll get back to these points. And honestly, what are you thinking if you're out there? You're looking at the AFC Championship game up on Mile High. Why is it only 4.5 points? Is it because what Sean Payton can do with a quarterback? Is it what their defense can do to a quarterback? Is it the Drake May inexperience? Maybe the way Drake May turned the ball over last week? Why is it? Anyway, we'll discuss it coming up because it is an interesting number. You got a theory? From 6 down to 4.5, only 2 points difference between.
I don't know, bro. They know something we don't know.
Because Matt Stafford is an MVP, probably MVP worthy, probably MVP winner, and his team is only a 2.5 point dog to Seattle, and Drake May's rolling up there as a 4.5 point dog. Interesting.
I just don't. I don't think there's any like. I don't think Vegas likes the Patriots as much as anything.
They look terrible in that
Might
win.
be, yeah, because they didn't play great.
They haven't played anybody all season. That game, they were aided by that just ridiculous sleet, ice, snow, whatever.
What did you say?
Stroud, and Stroud throwing 4 picks.
Yeah. What did you say the temperature was going to be in Denver? 9. What did you say it was?
Low of 6.
Whoa!
High of 24.
So real quick, this is a total aside, but
which one's the night game? They're both West Coast games.
Well, hang on. There's a 3 and a 6, 3 and a 6:30.
The AFC's the early game.
The AFC's the early?
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
then
'cause the
it'll be
other one's out
like
west.
24 there, right? Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Seattle game, the low was 33 and the high's 40, so no weather there.
It cracks me up whenever like meteorologists are giving forecasts and they say tomorrow's high will be 3. That just doesn't sound right to me because we were looking at the Chicago temps the other day, getting ready for the Bears playoff game against the Rams, and the meteorologist said the high tomorrow will be 9. I'm like, what the heck? And so now apparently there's a snow forecast that's crossing the kind of
there's like a huge storm.
Texas to Tennessee and all this stuff. Coach Campo's expecting snow tomorrow.
Wow.
He's expecting I don't know. We'll ask him tomorrow, but like a couple of inches.
Snowmageddon.
Yeah. And Hyla is up there in Nashville, my beautiful daughter, and they can't get anything from the grocery store. Everyone has just raked the grocery store shelves clean. And they're talking about a bunch of snow down there.
It's their own version of a hurricane, huh?
Maybe. That is, kind of. So if you guys got any weather reports, go ahead and give them to us. Yet we were complaining about being cold when it was 50 degrees.
Yeah, I think it's
outside.
going to be in the 80s this weekend here.
Is it?
Which is fabulous.
Yeah, it's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game ready service right to your driveway. The roar of the crowd. The theater of your mind.
Breaking free, they're not going to catch him.
It comes alive in your ears. Showtime! Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio. 1010 XL.
Joe C here. I tried playing handyman with my sprinklers and French drain. And royally failed. So I called Clearwater Irrigation and Drainage, and John Haney came out personally, just like he'll do for you.
You know it. And for a limited time, my good buddy Joe C's coming too.
Huh?
Ain't that right, Joe?
I gotta go to the game.
Joe? Go.
Clearwater Irrigation.
At least do this part.
And drainage too.
ClearwaterJacks.com. Flame Broiler, the Rice Bowl King, is turning up the flavor with new char wings. These wings are charbroiled, never fried, grilled to perfection for a big taste without the grease. Grab them as a 3-piece or 10-piece side, or make it a meal with a 6 or 8-piece combo, served with rice and a drink. Order pickup or delivery today from any of Flame Broiler's 5 Jacksonville locations, or call 904-619-2786. Flame Broiler, bold flavor done right.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. No, you see, you get $150 in bonus bets after your first $5 bet hits.
Did somebody say hit?
Whoa, Ray Lewis? We were just saying if your bet hits.
Huh? You know I love a good form tackle.
We know, Ray. We know.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Get a healthy start in 2026. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to help you get healthy and stay healthy all year long. Our dedicated team is committed to providing high-quality care and trusted public health services for our community. Our mission is simple: to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Learn more about our programs and services by visiting duval.floridahealth.gov.
Give a unique gift this Valentine's Day to that special person in your life with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jax Beach.
Discover the fun and freedom of boating. It's time for the Jacksonville Boat Show, January 23rd, 24th, and 25th at the Prime Osborne Convention Center. Don't miss killer deals on boats and accessories, plus fishing seminars, kids events, and more. The Jacksonville Boat Show, presented by ViStar Credit Union. Tickets at boatjacks.com. That's boatjacks.com.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
It's a new year, and Aleve is here to help you keep your New Year's resolutions on track. Whether it's a daily walk, hitting the gym, or spending more time with friends and family, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you moving with long-lasting body pain relief so you can chase those dreams and achieve your goals. Don't let body pain slow you down. Keep going with Aleve, because this year is your year. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pain.
San Jose Collision in Mandarin is proud to be an ICAR Gold Class collision repair facility. That means they meet the industry's highest training standards. Experience the difference at San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, letting you know that Hardball now offers web stores, so your employees can order their own branded gear, and you have more time for Wordle. Check it out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is, if you're a Jaguar fan, you're watching the championship game against the Broncos, the Patriots, you got to think to yourself, this was our road to the Super Bowl. A Denver team that you've already beaten at home, a Patriot team that's just, if it wasn't for C.J. Stroud, that defense was all over him. Got after him pretty good.
Yeah, they did.
This was it, bro. This was our road to the Super Bowl. If we had just taken care of business. And why couldn't Josh Allen be as reckless with the ball with us the way he was?
Playing a way easier defense.
Yeah, okay. But still,
it's true because that team, at the very least, did lead the league in sacks. They were either 1 or 2 in sacks, so they were able to get to him versus this team. And this team also played a little softer on the back because, like we said, all you need to look is Shakir, 12 targets, 12 catches.
Yeah.
Well, you better not tweet about the pass rush because you might have somebody crying at you about that.
I mean, it's honestly
Tommy McManus did tweet that out.
That's what's some feathers. I like it.
Yeah, Josh Hines Allen was.
It's sickening, is what it is.
Yeah,
they should be poised right now to go to the Super Bowl for the first time. It's absolutely sickening. And the worst part is, it's not like, okay, well, you just do it next year. Look at Leon. Look at that look on his face.
Yeah.
Ain't easy, bro.
No, like who knows what could happen next year?
Nothing is guaranteed.
Right, and that's the worst part about it. Now, I agree. That's just, I mean, the further you get in this thing, and with every AFC playoff game you see, it's got to make you sick to your stomach.
Well, it's the classic what could have been, and I totally get it. But
they're the best team in the AFC. They are the best team in the AFC.
Well, and this is, you're not looking for moral victories or anything like that.
No, I know.
But where they were and where they are, it's massive. It is over the top good compared to how bad it was. But it still doesn't take away that what could have been feeling. I 100% agree with you guys. And the other thing that you heard more that I did not expect to hear, you heard Jacksonville's name still in the divisional round conversation this past week because of the games they played this year and the impact they made on the people watching and the analysts and all that. And they're like, Jacksonville, and they just kept mentioning them, but it does drive you crazy. And it does come back to what we have said. And this is the classic Matt Hayes line, affect and protect. But if you do not knock the quarterback down, and they stopped the run, they did a hell of a job against stopping the run. Eric Armstead was the guy leading the charge from the inside of the defensive line early when it came to affecting and sacking the quarterback. And then we got the Josh Hines Allen second half. But this has been a need for this football team for far too long. Different coaches, different GMs. It's still a flipping need.
But you know what? I would have given up. This is what the Broncos did. They gave up a lot of rush yards to Cook, but they created turnovers. I would give up that rushing defense right now if you're forcing Josh Allen turnovers that he turned over against the Broncos.
Yeah.
They gave him the run game, and then they forced turnovers.
Yeah, look, I love what Campanile did all year long. He put these guys in position. They were prepared. They were confident. They were physical. There's a lot of things to like on the defensive side of the ball, but you can't help it. It just gets you a little bit.
Twice gave up the lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and as much as, like we said, we could second guess whether you should have taken the points or if you hadn't missed that field goal, this team kept getting the lead back against Buffalo in the second half.
Yeah.
That did happen.
It's a combination of sick is what it is. I mean, you got to kick the field goal.
That's what I said. But
not only that, and if you're Cam Little, hit the field goal. It's a 54-yarder. Everybody makes it now.
Yes. Yeah, I said both of them, just that you still can't look at the offense and say that was the number one reason it didn't end up the way you wanted it to end up.
No, I don't think so at all.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah,
There's no pass rush.
Yeah, it was the defense.
It's the playoffs, man. It's not going to be easy. Scoring points is not easy unless you're the Seahawks against the 49ers. Going back to that, I mean, you're gonna have to work to score points in the NFL playoffs.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And they did. They scored enough to win that game at home.
Mm-hmm. Well, to your point about Seattle and the 49ers, by the way, I got boat raced in the playoff game with the Jaguars and the Denver Broncos. We lost 42-17.
At what point in that game?
I did not quit.
Thank you.
You didn't.
I didn't quit.
Well,
I got mad at guys that started cracking jokes from the sideline.
See, there you go.
So
What
there
point
was
did that
some.
start happening?
There was some.
Okay.
There was some guys.
Yeah, like I said,
I saw another playoff game with the Jags and the
62 to
Dolphins
7.
where there was a lot
of quitting going on in that game.
Oh, well, I can't speak for the others.
Like I said, I would be naive and foolish to say that they don't.
Yeah.
But I just fight for the ones that do, I guess, is the only way I can look at it. Knowing that you did not quit, even though you got smoked.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And I guess it only takes a few to let go of the rope.
I'm going to tell a quick story about a guy who was willing to quit, but somebody ignited the fire in him. So we're playing the game. Tim Bowens, the guy that was playing across from Tim Bowens, he cut him on the back of his legs. Tim Bowens and I know each other because we got the same age at Drew Rose house.
Mm-hmm.
So Tim Bowens gets up, wants to fight the guy. I say, Tim, calm down, whatever. And then the guy that I'm defending says, look at the scoreboard, look at the scoreboard. He said, I don't care what the score is. From this point on, I'm going to destroy you in the game.
I love that.
And Tim Bowens, the very next play, picked up the guard and sacked him with Brunel. And then the guy came over to me and said, sir, you ain't helped me. I said, that is your problem, not mine.
That is your problem. That is beautiful. That is just awesome. You guys can go back and look at the starters in that ball game. But Bowens was a pretty good player along that.
He poked the bear. Line. He was ready to just give up. He poked the bear, bro.
Oh, that's great. All right, real quick. This is a philosophical question, but my answer is yes. But it's really up to Sirs. Does Skinner's Ballad of Curtis Lowe qualify as Blue-Eyed Soul?
Who's that?
Whoa!
I would have to hear it.
Yeah,
you know it. It definitely does.
I know you know who Skinner is, Leonard Skinner, but it's the Ballad of Curtis Lowe.
Okay, I got to hear it though.
Yeah, so
coming back, Joe.
Yeah, we just figured we.
Well, we got to stick with the yacht rock.
Yeah, we got to.
We'll play it during the break. Everyone knows Curtis Lowe,
but I love that song.
One of the best, top 3 actually.
Oh, it's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. Before termites attack your home or business and cause costly damage, Terminix it. Terminix stops termites in my home fast. These destructive pests may have been around for millions of years, but before they show up, so does Terminix. And their time is up. Don't live with a termite problem. I certainly wasn't going to. Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. Terminix.com.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers? Or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
A new year is the perfect time to finally get organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to home offices, entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and more. Beautiful, functional storage for any space, lifestyle, and budget. Start the new year strong with 40% off plus an extra 15% off, free installation, and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free in-home consultation. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning, then deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
If someone you love needs a pick-me-up, then it's time to get serious about it. And send them a Kuhn floral arrangement. ET here with 1010XL. You'll be assured of a quality delivery, that's for sure. Log on and order online at kuhnflowers.com.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
This is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Tired of your hair falling out? Our hair restoration solutions have helped over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477 or go to hairforme.com.
Jacksonville, you voted, and Baker Glass came out on top. The Bold City Best Awards are all about locals choosing their favorites, and you picked them for Best Auto Glass and Best Glass and Mirror Service.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
Getting close to the 2 o'clock hour. We've been hanging out, talking ball, getting ready for the AFC and the NFC championship games on Sunday. We did award a couple of very nice people that donated during our J-Fund Radiothon to the Big Sur's Smoke championship party. You will have it at the Watering Hole with good food, good cigars, good drink, good storytelling.
Yeah, former Jags coming through.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Food, cigars, drink, game.
Yeah, so we say thanks to them. We'll be reaching out and making sure that they get all the details to be there, which would be nice. But they were definitely very generous when they were giving all they could to the J-Fund Radiothon, and we did it with 3 different things, and we had a big time raising a lot of dollars. The entire station did, that's for sure. But when you look at it, and we said what could have been, and I totally get it, and especially when you take a look at the way the seeding fell, the fact that Houston was able to catch Pittsburgh up there with an aging Aaron Rodgers and that kick butt defense that they've got, and then they were able to win a playoff game on the road, which drives you crazy. But then you also look at the way the seeding would have changed if Jacksonville had won and the opportunity to maybe kick the door down and finally get to the Super Bowl. That would have been something. The storylines we've had through the years with backups that have been able to come in, we've had a few that have been thrown out there on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. There have been a few of them that have been able to step up, but it's usually a guy that you have seen that's been under center that's played. Like Nick Foles. Nick Foles is a good example. We've seen him under center start a decent amount of games. Just so happens that Jarrett Stidham hasn't started hardly anything. That's the thing that everyone's trying to figure out.
Yeah, because this late in the season, the backup's not getting any first team reps.
No.
I mean, he's doing scout team.
Apparently, the way Peyton runs his practice, he makes sure that they get something, but I don't know how that would work. Everything's so limited now.
Well, I mean, okay, let's say team period, they run 12 plays. He might get 2.
Okay, yeah, very limited.
Yeah, because everything is about the first team offense and the rhythm.
The hope is you've got a guy who is willing to stay there and be focused and take those mental reps. That's the hope.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It always shocks me how little the NFL practices. These guys just never practice.
Yeah, CBA
it's insane
so
to
much.
me. No wonder the games sucked. There's like turnovers everywhere now. It's just
they don't. I think one of the most impressive things about this group this year, because tackling as a rule across the board, across the league, sucks.
Always.
This was a good tackling team, and the evidence is there. They were able to stop the run and button it up a hell of a lot better than they have in the past. But it's a lost art form.
Yeah, it is. But in saying that,
it's only half the game.
And saying that,
it's crazy that that's not something they do in practice. It's
well, listen to this.
With Bill Walsh's teams, they never put on pads.
They didn't.
George Seifert team, they never put on pads, and they're sporting 5 rings. So I mean, we had to beg them to practice when we played them in Barcelona in the preseason.
If you're talking about one reps like Stidham this week, don't you have to give Sam Ehlinger reps too? What if Stidham gets hurt?
I don't know. I think once you give it to one guy, you got to make sure that he gets all of it, because you need him to be the most prepared as you possibly can. I don't know, but I think you got to ride like that. We'll see. All right, let's ride with the man right now.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Most pressing question for Tommy Mack as Helmets and Heels gets ready to roll. Does the Dad Bods playlist include any yacht rock?
In the yacht rock?
Yeah, like, that yacht rock genre?
Steely Dan?
No.
Little River Band?
No. Let's see. We do Can't You See by Marshall Tucker. We start off with that one. It's a good warm-up.
Woo! I love it.
But then we'll do the Cult. The Cult. The Love Removal Machine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Marshall Tucker's much more
do
southern
Tom
rock.
Petty.
Yeah, definitely.
Petty's cool.
Y'all play the
Nirvana.
Cult?
Yeah, we do a bunch of them. We do Firewoman too.
Man. Do you really?
Oh yeah, man. We like to rock it out.
I love it.
Yeah, be sweating like a dog. I bring like 5 shirts because I got to switch every set.
How about She Sells Sanctuary?
We're not. No, we don't. I love that tune, but no, we don't do that. I'd like to do Wildflower next. That's a good one, But yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. I know some of the 1010 XL people will be out there, including my co-hosts, and
because Leon's learning about yacht rock, so we were just
yacht rock. I've never heard of. I would think yacht rock's more like country, kind of cool.
No, it's more
cruising down the river type stuff.
We did some Doobie Brothers,
the Doobs,
Steely Dan, some stuff like that.
Okay. China Grove? What are we talking with the Doobs? Yeah.
Well,
What a Fool Believes.
What a Fool Believes. Good one. That was with the McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
He's a yacht rocker.
Yeah, see, I'm down with the music, man.
All right. So that's what we wanted to check.
Yeah, well, we'll talk a little bit of music today. We're going to talk some ball, though, and get ready for this weekend. And we're also got a little thing we came up with. How many starters on our Jags would these teams want, the last 4 teams, to replace whoever they have at that position?
And this team is upgraded with their roster.
No, there'll be definitely some names, man, but that's what we're going to go through today and more.
All right, my brother. Sounds good. Tommy Mack, Helmets and Heels coming up next. You got plenty throughout the day.
I know the Broncos will take Trevor.
Yeah, right now.
Right now. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Especially after a 2-touchdown win over them as well. 14-point victory against the Denver Broncos. Up on Mile High. Pretty impressive. We are done. Thanks to Rebound Rehab. Don't forget, a dozen locations across the First Coast. Find them at reboundrehab.com, and they will help you find the solution to getting well again. We are done. Big Sirs, Maddie, Joe.